I hope you are doing well and that you're keeping safe with everything that is going on in the world right now. So the last video that I did, I was talking about the three big questions that I get the most. Who is Petronella Munhenzva? What is the book about? And what's next? And I want to believe that I answered those questions well. If you haven't watched the video, you can go to our YouTube channel and watch it. It's available for you. So in this video, I want to talk about the Petronella Munhenzva Foundation. What is it about? Who is it for? And how is it going to operate? Why did I even come up with that project as an initiative that I'm passionate to pursue? And I think the best way for me to answer those questions is, for me, the Petronella Munhenzva Foundation speaks to my identity at the core. It speaks to the person that I am. I'm not coming from this foundation from a place of, okay, there are kids in Africa who need help. Yes, there are kids in Africa who need help, but I'm not looking at it from a position of pity, of importance, or from myself feeling that I'm better or any other way. I'm coming from a position of, I have been that girl. I have been that girl who had to walk kilometers to school. I have been that girl who has had to sit in classrooms that didn't have desks. I have been that girl who has had to carry water to school just so that we can clean the black toilets. I've been that girl who has gone to school and had to go to the teachers' houses to ask for water because the entire school didn't have one functioning tap. I have been that girl who has had to learn sitting under a tree because we don't have enough classes and teachers have to rotate with the students that they can teach in classrooms. I've been that girl who has had to sit in class and share a textbook with 9 other students because in a class of 50 students, you only have 5 books. I have been that girl who has had to go to the school fields and pick muchacha to make the class look good. It was our own version of floor wax. So I have been that girl, I have been her, and the best that I can do for her is hold your hand. I'm approaching this from a position of saying, okay, 20 years ago, when I was growing up in Gogwe, what would I have needed? How would have my life been different if I had met someone who had said, hey, I have been you and now I'm at Oxford, it's going to be okay. I'm approaching it from a position of saying, what would I have wanted? What would I have needed? And yeah, it seems a lot, and each day I pray to God for the grace to deal with it and for the grace to manage it well and just be able to hold as many hands as I can. And ultimately, I think that is what makes our story count. If we are able to give back, if we are able to touch as many lives, there is so much hurt and disappointment and pain going on in this world. And we need people who can actually make someone believe. Imagine what it would do and what it would mean to someone who hasn't gone to school for a year because their father cannot afford the school fees, which is only $20, and you go to them and say, hey, I've bought you school fees, I've brought you uniforms, you can go to school now, it's going to be okay. Imagine what it will mean if you can do that to someone. And because those people who dropped out of school because they didn't have school fees, they were my friends. Those people who dropped out of school to get married were my friends. Those people who dropped out of school because their parents could not afford to pay their fees and their brother's fees were my friends. I have seen firsthand what lack, what poverty, what challenges can do to a girl child just as much as to a boy child. I have lived that life. I have seen what lack can do in impeding someone's dreams. I have seen what lack can do in destroying that flicker of hope in a little girl. And if I am going to be the person who says, hey, you can go back to school now, I have brought you this, then I'm going to be that person. Not because I have much, but because I want to do more. And that is the least that I can do. And God having given me the grace to be in Oxford, God has be given me the grace to come here, live in this life, meet these amazing people, have these amazing experiences. The least that I can do is to go back to Gokwe and say to that girl, you know what? 20 years ago, I was you. 20 years ago, I had no idea how my life was going to turn out. 20 years ago, I didn't even know what a tarred road looked like. 20 years ago, I didn't even know what to dream. 20 years ago, I was you. And look, I did it, and so can you. So for me, the Petronella Munhenzva Foundation comes from that place, from that real recognition that there is more that we can do in this world. And if I can use my story, my testimony, my journey to hold someone's hand, to bring change, to be the good that I want to see in the world, then I am going to do that. And that is exactly what the Petronella Munhenzva Foundation is all about, bringing hope. And so many people are asking me, why are you saying Gokwe Zimbabwe only? Why that particular place? Why can't you do more? And I completely agree with you. We should definitely do more. But I'm starting with Gokwe at this point because it's my home. It's attached to me. It's made a part of my identity for 3/4 of my life. It's home for me. I know the people there. I grew up there. So it speaks to me from a very personal level. So if I'm going to start, then let it be my starting point. Let it be my starting point for doing good, just as it was my starting point in this life. And it's also coming from a place of achieving real goals. I want to do it for the whole of Africa. I want to say it to every girl child and boy child growing up in Africa. I want to be able to look at them and say, dream. You can do it. I want to be able to do that. But it's also not possible for me to do that at this point. We plan, we develop ideas, and we work. So in as much as the ultimate goal is to do it for the whole of Africa and even the rest of the world, the starting point is Gokwe. There's an important lesson there as well. Sometimes we have these brilliant ideas, and the reason why we don't see them through is because we overwhelm ourselves at the start. We just have so many things that we want to do, and we just get lost in the logistics and the planning of it, and then ultimately we don't get to do it. So we're going to start with 50 students, 10 students from each school that I've learned, 10 students from St. Joseph, 10 students from Tsungai Primary, 10 students from Gumunyu Primary, 10 students from Musadzi, 10 students from Simchembo Primary. Pay for their school fees, buy them their school uniforms, buy them their stationery, and give them copies of the book, distribute copies of the book in schools. Just start from that point of, you know what, we're going to start with 50, and then we get to 60, and then we get to 70, and then we get to 80, and then we get to 90, and then we get to 100, and then the next moment we know it, we are now at 1,000. So we don't want to kill the dream by aiming too high, too hard, and too fast, and then crashing later on. So that's how it's going to be. Start off with very few students, and then work our way up as we go. And the plan is also to reach out to other organizations already working in Gokwe, and then try and find better ways of doing it. So not only giving these kids school fees and school uniforms, but also having career guidance. It's something that I don't remember ever having in Gokwe. Maybe it happened and somehow I forgot it, or maybe it's happening now, and that's amazing. But actually taking people who have been in Gokwe, who grew up in Gokwe, and then we have managed to work hard and make something out of their lives, take them and carry them back to Gokwe and go to schools and just go to the assembly point and say, you know what, I was you 10 years ago, and it's going to be okay. One thing that I've realized in life is there is nothing as powerful as hope. Someone just having this hope that someday it's going to be okay. Someone having this hope that it's going to be okay. The hope to fight through another day. The hope to walk another mile going to school. The hope to go a little further. The hope to do a little more. The hope to do. And if we can give hope, I'm sure that we would have done part of what God has created us to do. And that is about the Petronella Munhenzva Foundation. It's a lot to unpack, it's a lot to talk about, and I'm definitely going to be talking about it more, but I felt I had to do this video and just talk about exactly what this is to me, exactly what it means to me, and exactly what I hope to achieve. And I hope I have done that. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please watch other videos that we have done so that you're able to walk this journey with us. And also don't forget to subscribe to our website and sign up to get notifications about the book and the foundation launch, because yeah, we are that cool. We're going to launch the foundation and the book on the same day. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be, I don't know, if I think of it I'll cry. Please sign up, please be a part of this journey, please. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for your support. I'm grateful. Talk to